What's going on, guys? Today we're gonna make this gas lawnmower run on diesel. This is an older Briggs and Stratton flathead engine, but right now I have kind of a goofy fuel setup on there, so let me show you how it works. Right before the carburetor, we have a T-fitting, and then just after that, going to the original fuel tank, we have an on and off valve. In this fuel tank, there's only gasoline. Then if you follow that long fuel line up there, we have another valve, and in this auxiliary fuel tank, we have diesel. But we can't just throw diesel fuel in this thing and expect it to run. So that's where these guys come into play. These things are called spark plug non-foulers, and the word on the street is if I stack enough of these, it'll get hot enough to ignite diesel fuel, kind of like a hot bulb. I went ahead and installed one of those spark plug non-foulers and a spark plug. Unfortunately, that stock ignition lead just wasn't long enough, so I had to extend it like this. So with just one of these things installed, let's try to fire this thing up and see if it works. This thing ran with one of those things in, so let's add two more. Out of curiosity, this engine has electric start, so I wanted to give that a shot to see if it would make my life a little bit easier. That didn't work, so let's go back to pull starting. This thing ran pretty good with 3 of those things on, so let's add one more for a total of 4. With 4 of these spark plug non-foulers on there, this engine is starting to make a lot of racket. As you can hear, there's a loud knocking sound that just doesn't sound too great. This engine was knocking like crazy with 4 of these things on there, so let's add another for a total of 5. I was hoping by now this thing would be hot enough that it would no longer need that spark plug to ignite the fuel. So let's add one more and see what happens. With 6 of these non-foulers on there, this thing still isn't getting hot enough to run without the spark plug. But I'm totally out of these non-foulers, so let's switch this thing over to diesel and see what happens anyways. The transition from running on 100% gasoline to 100% diesel is not immediate. There's still a little bit of gasoline in the carb bowl, but being the gas supply is shut off, no more is going to be added. Instead, we have 100% diesel now being added to the carburetor, so that diesel is now mixing with that little bit of gas in there until eventually this engine will be running on 100% diesel. With this engine now running on 100% diesel, it actually started to sound a little bit better, and that knocking noise actually almost went away completely. That's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe.